Recently, one of my nephews brought his Jetbeam SRA40 because it suddenly stopped working. And as you can see, he's kept this thing in immaculate condition. So I figured it wasn't due to like drops or misuse. However, it just would not turn on. So I did a quick check by plugging it into the charger, and you get those indicator lights. So it seems like the electronics were okay, but of course that's not a guaranteed indication, but it is a good sign. So the next thing I did was to try to check to see if there were any breakpoints in the battery contacts. For those not familiar with these style of battery carriers, a couple years back, I believe it was Sunwayman that produced the V60 that actually had a built-in microfuse into these battery carriers. It was to protect the light, of course, in case of a battery shortage, but the problem is that once that fuse was blown, it was not user replaceable, so you had to basically send it in or order a new one. Now, I don't believe that the Jetbeam SRA40 has that fuse, but in either case, like I said, a quick continuity check would confirm whether or not these contact points are fine. So you can see that path is okay. And likewise, the same there. So at least it's not an issue on this end, then leaves the other end. Now, upon further inspection, I had noticed that one of the contact points was corroded or grayed out, very dull looking as compared to the other one. So I figured that that was the issue. I did give it a quick blast of a deoxit, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then followed up also with some isopropyl alcohol, but neither of that actually fixed the problem. So the next thing to do actually was to physically scrape that contact point with a file and sharp point, and that finally did fix the light. It's just going to pop in some batteries to verify that. And here you can see indeed the light is fixed right now. Color balance is off. It's for the main lights as opposed to the lights, so that's why the beam color is all wrong. But another quick check was also to plug it in to charge to see whether or not the charging was okay. And there you can see this time that charging indicator does stay on, indicating that the light is resolved now, at least. Anyways, just a very quick short video just to see the troubleshooting steps I took and the same troubleshooting steps that you could potentially take with your light if you're running into issues with it suddenly not turning on. Of course, this is oversimplifying it. You know, had it actually been a problem with the electronics, I would not have been able to get to that. So, but it is a good tip for you to check the contact points just to make sure they are not corroded or oxidized, in which case, you know, you could follow the steps, either running deoxit, isopropyl alcohol, vinegar. You know, there's a lot of solutions online. You can search for that. But the result I took, because I needed to turn around quickly, was to physically scrape the contact point to expose the bare metal, thereby resolving the issue. That concludes this video. For those who celebrate it, wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's ahead.